Hey guys, so I've just been noticing that there are so many dupes of so many palettes. Some palettes that we literally reach for every single day. There's some palettes that we'll buy the original two and then we'll buy the dupe knowing that they're dupes. And usually it's a case of one being a lot more expensive and the other being a lot more affordable. Now some of these dupes you'd already know, some of these dupes you may not, but I just find it so interesting and I absolutely love dupes. Sometimes I might buy an item sheerly simply because of the packaging, and there are other times where I'm truly invested in the colors, the color scheme, the layout, and I just want to own those colors, but I may not necessarily want to spend that money on the high-end version or the original version, and I just want to get the dupe because it's a lot more affordable. Anyway, so I'm gonna name some dupes that I know about, you may already know about. You may agree with some of these, you may not agree with some of these, but I just wanted to put them out there. Okay, first is the Natasha Denona Sunset palette and the Colourpop Yes Please palette. I think a lot of people have compared these two. They are both stunning. I haven't yet tried Colourpop. Wait, have I? I haven't tried any of their palettes anyway, and I feel like every other day they're bringing out a new palette. So it's a little bit difficult to keep up. I don't know if there's any vendor that does Colourpop over here, you know, like Beauty Bay and stuff like that, but I would really like to try the Yes Please palette. The Sunset palette, not so much because of the price point, but these colors are right up my alley. I absolutely adore this color scheme, and obviously the Colourpop version is a lot more affordable. So if you did want to get that Sunset palette but you couldn't afford it, there's always the Colourpop version. Next is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette and the Wet n Wild Rosé in the Air palette. I think the Wet n Wild one is like $4.99, something like that, in comparison to the ABH version, which is a lot more expensive, and they literally look the same. I think the Modern Renaissance was like one of their first permanent palettes, so I think you can still get that one. But if you wanted to get this color scheme and you just did not want to fork out that coin, you always have the Wet n Wild option. I actually think I'm going to search eBay to see if I can get this one, the Wet n Wild one, because they don't make any fake Wet n Wild, so I know that if whatever I'm getting on eBay will be genuine. But the only thing about buying any palette from anywhere, but especially on sites like this, you don't know how they're going to package the item. Even when you say please use a lot of bubble wrap, I'm just always afraid that it's going to come broken, and that's more disappointing than anything. But I do most definitely want to try the Wet n Wild version because I've heard nothing but good things about Wet n Wild just in general. But well done, Wet n Wild, like this is kind of nice. Oh, one that we all should know about. The spider is still on my ceiling. One that we all know about is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette and the Makeup Revolution I Heart Chocolate palette. Beautiful, just absolutely gorgeous no matter how you look at it. Like, this was one of the pioneers in both having a neutral, natural shade selection, and also the pioneer of having a dupe palette. It's like, this is one of the original OG examples of dupes. It's crazy. But yes, I have this and it's just gorgeous. I don't reach for it as often as I should. Both smell like chocolate, both perform so beautifully. I don't know why we don't see more people using their chocolate bar palettes. I think in one of my next videos I'm going to be using that palette because it's just gorgeous and it just doesn't get as much love as I think it should. But yeah, the I Heart Chocolate Bar palette, I think that one retails for about $7.99. That's in UK money. Overseas in the States, probably looking at about $10, $12, something like that. I'm just thinking of a rough conversion in my head. Please excuse me if I'm wrong, but it's a really, really affordable palette. So I would definitely say if you didn't want to spend that coin on the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, definitely have a look at the option of the Makeup Revolution palette instead. Oh, the Hourglass Modernist palette and the MUA Luxe Enrapture palette. I actually have the MUA Luxe Enrapture palette. Now, first of all, can we just take a moment to just do these just not look so beautiful? I absolutely love the way that these look. They're just so gorgeous. As soon as I saw that MUA had their own version, I went out and I got it literally straight away. I think, how much were they? They have 2 versions. I can't remember how much the MUA Luxe one was, but it was really, really affordable because MUA, it is a very affordable brand and a lot of their stuff is hit and miss, and I think I should break that out as well. But as soon as I saw this, I was like, that looks exactly like the Hourglass palette, exactly like it. And I was always taken aback by that Hourglass palette. It's like, oh my god, it's so gorgeous. Just the layout of the pans is just, or of the pan, is just amazing. It's beautiful. I don't think I've seen anybody else do anything like this, and for MUA to make their own dupe, I was like, go on with your bad self. And then something recent that has come up. Kim Kardashian West is collaborating with her longtime personal makeup artist Mario, and they're coming out with their own palette, their own collection. I think it has like 1 lipstick and 2 glosses and a palette, something like that. And the palette has been compared to the Kylie Royal Peach palette, and as soon as I saw it, I was kind of like, I knew it. I knew I recognized it. I knew it. I just couldn't put my finger on it at the time when I had first seen the reveal pictures. So this one isn't really too much of dupe in a way like the previous ones, where it was like an expensive versus an affordable. This is more like Kylie and Kim doing the same thing as one another. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you already have the Royal Peach palette by Kylie Cosmetics, think about whether or not you even want to go and get the Kim Kardashian West Mario palette, because they are pretty much, they're very, very similar to one another. I'm not going to say they're the exact same thing, but they are so alike. And it's kind of like, do you really need both? But in my eyes, these are most definitely dupes of one another. Anyway, so I hope that you found this somewhat helpful. I'm sure you knew a lot of these dupes anyway. Let me know what you think. Like, did any of the dupes that I showed you, do they look like dupes in your opinion? What other dupes are out there that maybe I have missed? Because God knows that this is just a fraction of the dupes that are out there. This could have been like a whole Makeup Revolution chocolate bar palette dupe video, but decided to do some other stuff as well rather than having the same brand over and over again. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.